night was filled with guns and war, and everyone got trampled.
And Samuel took a suckling lamb and offered it wholly unto the Lord. And Samuel cried unto the Lord for Israel, and the Lord heard him. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, is that me this morning? I am well and truly crying unto the Lord. It's been a strange few hours yet again, a strange sort of 24 hours in the world of Brett. It's just weird, this. It's just like, in no particular order, it's just, I feel this YouTube channel's got a little bit strange. It's the comments have dried up. Last couple of videos, there's been no comments at all. All the goodwill and all of the, I don't know, the blessings I had from my brothers and sisters, and the conversation and the fellowship, it appears to have evaporated. I'm putting some pretty out there thoughts out there. I don't know whether they're out there or not. I mean, it's just what the scripture's telling me. It's just everything I'm saying or seeing. All I want is the truth. I just want the truth, and I'm reading the Bible, and I'm praying for discernment, and I'm praying for discernment about what I'm reading, and people that are trying to help me and getting information from, because fellowship's an important part. I want to talk about intercessors today, but I'll get to that. The fellowship's an important part, and I mean the stuff I'm putting out there, I don't know. I just would have thought it was worthy of conversation, but it's just all dried up. The views are drying up, and the comments are drying up. But don't get me wrong, it's not going to deter me, because at the end of the day, this is a diary. This is a diary. The way this YouTube channel started was a diary for me as I walk with the Lord, and hopefully when my daughters come out of the spell of their mother, that they might sort of pull their head in and start to see that I'm not a monster, and I don't know, start to show some interest in me. So it's not a sook, it's nothing like that. It's just that it's weird. Ever since the light orb started, I've just found that the people have just dropped off, and they're not commenting, and they're not contributing anymore, and it's just all a little bit strange. So sort of, so please comment, because the stuff I'm saying is, I'm saying that we were created as angels, in the image of the angels, of all the angels. Every one of them, when they first started, the Michael, Raphael, Uriel, Satan, all of his hosts, because they were all good angels with free will to start with. And the Bible is saying that we were created in the image of God. Now, God in Genesis 1 to me is not the Lord, because in Genesis 2:4 it changes from God to the Lord. So it seems to me that the angels created man in their image, because we can't have been created in God's image and the angels all be in the same image, because then we're no different to God and the angels. It all just makes sense. So to me, we were created in the image of the angels, and then the Lord. And then it all changes in 2:4, Genesis 2:4, where the Lord creates the man from the dust of the ground. So I just don't know. I don't know. But what I'm convinced of is that we were angels in a previous life, and the reason why we came to earth is the story of Adam and Eve in Genesis 3 is a parable for us all. We were all beguiled by Satan in heaven, and we all fell at the same time, and we've all come to this cesspit, this hellhole that we have to live on. And you can probably tell today by my tone, I'm just struggling. I'm just really struggling this morning to be here, to be a part of it all. And it's just rough. It's just really rough some days being here and knowing what you know, and you just go, well, what on earth have I done? What on earth have I done? And just more I uncover, the happier I get with the knowledge that I'm getting. It also brings its fair share of, I don't know, sorrow as well, as it says in Ecclesiastes 1:18, doesn't it? So, you know, and then I'm sort of saying that the flood was that they didn't physically drown, that it was a veil, that the flood represented the veil that went up, and that's why the fallen angels now are behind that veil and all of these horrible creatures. And then Joshua, he sees them coming out of the sea, which to me represents they're coming through the veil. And that's what I think they're trying to do today at CERN. And we just keep coming back to Genesis 1:2, and then Adam was created the way Christ left us. So Christ was resurrected as Adam was created, and Christ was born the way Adam died. So that the Son of Man means that he was in the flesh. The Son of God means he was back in the spirit. So Adam was created as the Son of God. And then when it quotes in the Bible, like in Ezekiel there, where it quotes him as being the Son of Man, and in Genesis 6:4, the daughters of man and the sons of God, that's the difference. The sons of God are the angels, and the sons of men are the angels, us, but we're in the flesh. That's sort of what I'm seeing today, and when Jesus left us. So now, Jesus left us, he left as Adam was created, as Adam started before he fell in the garden, before we all fell in the garden. We were all as Jesus are now, I think, because we're in that state. And Jesus was given free will like everyone else on the earth. And that's why he showed all that wisdom when he was preaching when he was 12 in that Bible verse that I put up there yesterday. So that's sort of what I'm thinking now. And now that it's like, well, okay, that's all happened. Jesus, and that's what he meant by, before Abraham was, I am. That just comes to life now because he always was. He was Adam. He was always there because he was Adam. And then when people say he finished it, it's a comment that really gives me the shits with New Testament Christians that don't open their Bible. They say, oh, but Christ finished it. And it's like, well, finished what? And to me, that's what he finished. He finished that covenant between God and Adam, the 5,500-year covenant, because I've been up all night just in my head doing sums of years and all that sort of stuff. And to me, I think the 5,500-year covenant was fulfilled when Christ come here. So that's been fulfilled. So the fall of Adam has been fulfilled by Christ. So now I sit here and I go, well, what now? What's going? What now? Because Jesus has done that, and now we live in this cesspit. That's been settled between him and Adam, but I've still got to be here, and I don't want to be here. I want to be restored to that state, and I'm aware of it all. And it's like, well, what do I have to do now? So what the Holy Spirit's sort of telling me this morning is to go back to the New Testament now, because sort of just to recap on what I was doing. So I started reading the Bible there on Christmas Day. I started on the Old Testament on Christmas Day. On Christmas Day, I started the Old Testament. And then I sort of, around about a month ago, I got diverted. Because a few questions started to arise. I got to Mark, I think. I'm going to start at John today, because I know I've read some of Luke, because I saw Luke 3:38. So I've got through some. It must have been one. I think it was the audio books when I was driving to Brisbane. But what I'm thinking now is I'll go to John, because John's different, isn't it? John's really different to the other three Gospels. So I might go there, because I'm not at all solid with the Gospel, and now I've got this whole thing surrounding me. It seems to be everywhere about the law, and do you upkeep the law, and then you become a Torah person, and it's just, I think it's a sin to try and keep the law, because only Jesus could do it. And that's what he finished. So to me, the knowledge that the Garden of Eden gave, the law sort of went, well, if you follow the law, that wisdom you've now gained, you won't be sinning in. So that's sort of what I feel the link between the law and the tree of life is, and that's what Jesus finished on the cross. He finished that covenant with him and Adam, and that means you don't have to stick to the law anymore, because we now draw on the covenant of the cross, because we're under the covenant of the cross, and you can't be under two covenants. So that's where I'm sitting with all that. That's sort of where I'm sitting with the law right now, but there's some really good thought out there that we should be doing it. But for me, it's just torturous, because we're in this state. We're in this fallen state. Where we're beholden to the flesh. I mean, if you didn't know truth, and you didn't know the Lord, and you didn't know evil, you didn't know any of it like the rest, like we all were, we were sinners. And we didn't sin because we're like, yeah, we're reveling in our sin. It's because we're having a good time. Because that's natural. That's natural to us in this state. You see the photos I've got. I'm just reveling in it. I was loving it. And I wasn't doing it because I hated God. I wasn't doing it because I was evil. I was doing it because that's what my flesh tells me to do. That's the state I'm in, so now to have a set of rules like I've just come from in there, the TVs, all the bloody Freemason rules they've got going on now, and it's just all the road rules, and they're just laughing about the road rules. They're going, because they're stupid. Like, I know they're stupid, but it's $336 if you don't wear a bloody seatbelt. $336. I mean, why do they care if I wear a seatbelt or not? They don't give a shit. They're chemtrail in the sky. They're poisoning my water. They're poisoning my food. They're jabbing me with vaccines. And they're doing God knows whatever else to poison me and kill me. But they somehow care. They care whether I put a seatbelt on. I don't want to wear a seatbelt, but I have to because it's their rules. And the Freemasons are in there now laughing at the rules that they don't have to abide by. You know? And it's just like, why? Why am I in this place? It's horrible. But we're just beholden to the flesh. So to me, to have a whole heap of rules that I have to live by with the Freemasons, I have to. Like, I have to wait for the little man to turn green on the traffic lights. I have to wait for the street light to turn green. I have to stop at the big octagon stop sign. Octagon, you know, that's just Swiss supremacy. That's their symbol. The big stop sign is their symbol. It's their big stop sign. You know, I have to sit here all day and just look at their shit and just all these things I used to love just fall down but beside me, and I can't enjoy them anymore because they're of evil works. And now I've got to go and follow another, 618 rules. It's like, oh, come on. So to me, it's just not that. To me, that's torturous, and he's not a torturous God. It's like he wouldn't create us in this state and then make us follow all of those rules while we have to live in this system. It's just, God's just not like that, guys. So to me, it's just, you can't be under two covenants. I'm under the covenant of the cross. Jesus finished all that Adam and Eve did. He did that, and that's what they mean by finished it. So there's that. That's where I'm at with all that. So you can see where I'm at this morning. You can really see where I'm at. It gets very, very lonely indeed. This walk. My dad, I was talking to my dad yesterday. He saw me doing a video and he come in and he says, "Oh, don't you get sick of looking at yourself, son?" I said, "Yeah." And listening to yourself? I said, "Yeah, sometimes." I said, "But having a YouTube channel, it takes time, and you've got to put in the work. If you want the results, I've got to put in the work." Like that video I put up there yesterday, that took me 4 hours to process that. Like, they're not easy to do, you know. But he come and he goes, "Oh," and he actually showed some interest. I couldn't believe it. But I said to him, I said, "It's hard, Dad." I said, "Because I'm walking with the Lord," and I said, "It's lonely." I said, "No one wants to know." I said, "Nobody can tell. I can't talk to anyone. So here's my YouTube channel. That's my outlet. That's what I do. This is what I do. It's just I mean, without my YouTube channel at the moment, I'd be sort of lost, you know. I'd have to create another one, I think, and just have no subs. So where are you all? Where are you all? Help me here. Like, let's fellowship. Let's talk. Like, talk to me. Talk to me. I know I've said there before that don't just come on and disagree and don't have scriptures at the ready, but that's cool. If you want to disagree, don't just come on and just say, "Oh, you're wrong." You know, come on and just say, "Look, I think you may need to reflect here," or "I reckon this," or "I reckon that." A few of you were doing that, but it's just dried up. You're just all gone. I haven't heard from some of you now in over a week. It's like, where have you gone? It just seems, I don't know, just since the whole thing with Beck and the whole thing with Ryan and the light orbs, it's all, and everything's just dried up. It's all just dried up at the same time. So, yeah, so there's me. I mean, so that's where I'm at with it all at the moment. So I'm going to go in this morning, go and have my cuppa this morning, and I think I'll just open it up to the book of John. I think that's where I need to go now. I haven't finished with creation and Genesis 5, not by a long shot, but I think I need a bit of a break from it. It's doing my head in now because I'm coming to answers, and I think I just need them just to settle, just to have a pray, just to settle down in my own heart, because you can see where I am. You can see where I am this morning. It's rough, and I do feel like an Israelite crying in the wilderness. So that's probably, a few of you are probably thinking that, and that's just you would think that, because I am thinking that myself this morning. The Lord's done all these great things for me, but it's just rough. It's just really, really rough, because you sit here and no one wants to know, and it's very lonely in the flesh, and you have to live this life in the flesh, and you go in there and there's Josh doing his Masonic hand signs, and they're all laughing about these rules that I know are ridiculous on the road, like lowering the speed limit to 80 k's when you're coming down the Great Dividing Range. It is stupid. It's funny. It is funny. But it's serious, because if we don't abide by these rules, out get the police, and they do their gyrating and carry on. And it's like, you creatures. You are creatures. There's power trippers. And you look on the TV and everybody's just bowing down to the royals, and they're just creatures. They're not even human. They're Nephilim. They've got different blood to us. It's just... So it's all quite difficult this morning, guys. Say a prayer for me. I will ask that. Say a prayer for me, and please just start to contribute again, and just let me know that you're still there. All right, but know that I am okay. I'm in good spirits. I am in good spirits generally. Things are good. Things are good. A lot of things have been uncovered for me, and the light orbs are just a manifestation to me of truth. It's just an indication, whether they be from the Lord or the enemy. It's just vindication that all this is real. All this is real, and I just need to press on, because I've got no fear in this, and press on. I will. All right, guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for subbing. Thanks for sticking by me. Thanks for sharing this journey with me in the Lord. And I just ask you come back and just give me some loving. All right, brothers and sisters, you go out and enjoy your Saturday.
You change your mind, the sun has come. You've been left behind.